Broadcasting live from the Meridian V OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Fordyce Center in Antioch. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we are wrapping up Week 1 of the 2025 GNASH postseason. And another tree falls tonight. It is the second game of the first round of the losers bracket in the Predators Cup. 7-seeded Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson shut out last night by Ravenwood, taking on 6-seeded Franklin, who were beaten on Monday night by MBA. By the end of this one of these two teams will still be playing. Unfortunately, the winner of this game has to play the Ensworth Summit loser next Wednesday. But they'll go further than the team that loses tonight, because the team that loses tonight, their 2024-2025 GNASH season is over, and they will join JP2 as teams looking forward to next year. As the Zamboni is finishing up, so it shouldn't be too long until both teams are out on the ice warming up. In fact, both teams are waiting at the door to be able to come out on the ice and get this one going. So let's take a look at the scores from this week so far. On Monday in the first round of the Predators Cup, it was Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb, the 1 seed beating the 8 seed Tennessee Outlaws 6-3. 4 seed Summit Page beat 5 seed JP2MLK 6-2. And 3 seed Montgomery Bell beat 6 seed Franklin 5-1. In two Henry Hine Cup first round games, it was 2 seed Rutherford Rampage, the defending champs, defeating 7 seed Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill 10-2. And 1 seed Station Camp Liberty Creek beat 8 seed Montgomery County Rangers 8-1. So the score was a reversal of their seeds. Last night, the last remaining game in the first round of the Predators Cup was held. 2 seed Ravenwood beat 7 seed Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson 6-0. In the 2 remaining first round games of the Henry Hine Cup, it was 4 seed Centennial beating 5 seed Brentwood 6-4. And 3 seed Father Ryan beating 6 seed Independence BAUSN Nashville Christian 5-2. But the big story last night, the first elimination game in the Predators Cup, and the 8 seed, the Tennessee Outlaws, defeated the 5 seed JP2MLK 5-4 in regulation. JP2 are the first team in all of GNASH to had to say goodbye to everybody and bring their 2024-2025 GNASH season to an end. As the little bits of snow that these Zamboni left behind are being scraped off, and then the doors will close and both teams will be able to come out on the ice and start warm up. And we get one of the referees has come out on the ice, and here comes one of the linesmen. And the second referee. All right, all 4 officials are out on the ice, and the Zamboni doors have been closed. And both teams make their way out onto the ice. And the warm-up clock is running, so let's talk about the 2 teams playing the game tonight. First up, Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson, coached by Stephen Sullivan, lost last night 6-0 to Ravenwood. So none of their skaters have any points so far in the postseason. So let's move on to the goalie stats. Griffin Rumbaugh played in that game last night, so he took the loss. His record in the postseason so far, 0-1-0. For some reason, there's been some weird glitch in this game sheet that's been saying goaltenders have been playing 41 minutes, not 42. Now, there's no way with Ravenwood up 6-0 that they pulled the goalie and tried to come back, because it would have ended worse. So the stats should read he played the full 42 minutes, allowed 6 goals on 35 shots, turned away the other 29. His save percentage in the postseason right now, Rumbaugh, is .829. His goals against average reads 6.59, but it should read 6 because he played because he played 42 minutes of a 42-minute game. So his goals against average is actually 6. Now let's move on to Franklin, coached by Todd Gross. Lost on Monday to MBA 5-1. And the only skater with a point to his name was the goal scorer, Will Clark. He has a point from a goal. They say, okay, oh, man, I clicked on MBA instead of Franklin. Hold on. Here we go. Here's Franklin. Says that Will Clark's goal the other night against MBA was unassisted, so he is the only Admiral with a point to his name, so he has a point from a goal. And it was Grayson Butters in that. However, his stats are really incorrect. They said he only allowed 6 shots. They say that Franklin outshot MBA 10-6 the other night. There's no way that MBA only got off 10 shots, or only got off 6 and Franklin only got off 10. So those stats are totally incorrect, outside of the fact that he allowed 5 goals. Franklin won the regular season meeting between these two 6-1 back on September 23rd. And again, the winner of this game tonight will play the Ensworth Summit loser next Wednesday in a losers bracket quarterfinal at 8:30 on Rink B at Centennial. And I'm going to be honest, I don't like either of these teams' chances against either of those two teams. Well, it didn't appear that Todd Gross is here tonight. It's kind of weird. Ready to go with this one. Grayson Butters going to start in goal for Franklin. Justin Smith going to start in goal for Hendersonville. I am standing for this first period. Franklin will carry the puck towards me. Hendersonville will carry it away from me. I am standing behind and to the left of the net that Hendersonville will defend for the first and third periods. The bleacher side, which is to my left, is the bleacher side, which is to my left, is the near side. The benches side to my right is the far side. And the game is underway. Puck out at center. Dom Harpole banking it off the near kick plate towards the Franklin blue line. Admirals come up with it and immediately clear it out, and it's inside the Hendersonville zone. Carter Morrison banking it off the far kick plate. Oh, and it just went out of the zone and was pulled back in offside by Will McCormick. And that took the first 26 seconds off the clock. Draw's going to be on the dot in front of the Hendersonville bench. Won by Franklin. Oh, but coming down the slot was Ryan Mannion, but Carter Morrison got on him and defended well and forced him past the net. Otherwise, Mannion would have had a great shot to make it 1-0 Franklin early, as Hendersonville send the puck back the other way into the Franklin zone. Merrick Mott behind the net, trying to loosen it up, and it comes out to the near side, and the Admirals bring it out to center. Ryan Mannion into the Hendersonville zone, try to go to the front of the net, could not get around the back checkers. Colin Smith among them. Puck now behind the net. Ryan Mannion tried to put it out in front. He banked it off the outside netting on the left-hand side of the net. Colin Smith passing the puck up the near boards. Hit Brian Wilkinson's skates. He didn't know where it was for a moment. It kind of jolted him. Brings it to center, and Landon Croft had it poked away from him as he entered the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Admirals trying to bring the puck out. Quinn Spencer with a puck for Franklin. And it's out at center. Now it's back in the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. Loose. And cleared out by Caden Cisco, excuse me. That's dumped right back into the Hendersonville zone by David Unger. Whipped around the boards hard to the near side. Now it's coming towards the left wing corner. And a shot from the right half wall was blocked. That shot coming from Brody Marchie. Puck ends up back in the Franklin zone only for a moment. Admirals immediately clear it out. Commandos with it again at their own blue line. Caden Smith trying to clear it out of the zone, and the clearing attempt was broken up. Here's Cole Wright, left circle. Forced to go to the boards, and he lost the puck to Carter Morrison. Morrison through center. Into the Franklin zone on the left wing side, of the puck poked away. Gets back to it and backhands it into the left wing corner. Franklin trying to clear the puck out of the zone. They can't do it. It was held in at the left point. Now the Admirals bring it out to center, and it is iced. Cross corner dump in from behind the red line at center, right in front of the Franklin bench, iced by Hank Hayes. And that stops the clock with 11:09 to go in the first. No goals on the board. Nobody's gotten off a shot on goal yet either. Draw is to the left of Grayson Butters. Won by Franklin. Brought to center. And into the Hendersonville zone by Will Clark on the right wing side. Now Carter Morrison picks up the puck behind the net, banks it off the far boards and out. And the puck cleared out of the Franklin zone by the Admirals on the near side. Sent right back in though. Quinn Spencer will track it down. Spencer behind the net. Trying to race through center. Hendersonville changed the lineup. Oh, and Spencer runs into Brian Wilkinson right at the Hendersonville blue line, and Wilkinson falls over, back in his skates. Puck's back in the Franklin zone on the right wing side. Here's a chance in front, and Brian Wilkinson with a shot stopped by Grayson Butters. I don't know, they haven't put it up on the board yet. Okay, now they put it up. So finally, almost 4 minutes in, we finally get a shot on goal. Puck was cleared out by Franklin, sent right back in by Hendersonville. Tracked down by Baker McCormick. And here's Quinn. Oh, offside. Wyatt Garrisher found Quinn Spencer hanging out at the Hendersonville blue line on the right wing side, and he passed the puck ahead, but Spencer couldn't wait, and he went into the zone before the puck. So they call offside. 9:44 to go in the first, still looking for the first goal of the game, and it appears they may have called that an error because they dropped the puck right at center. Hendersonville off the draw, dump it into the Franklin zone. Spanked off the far boards and down. It's going to be an icing against the Admirals. Draw is going to be to Butters' left. Shot from an odd angle, turned away by Butters. I think it was Merrick Mott who had that shot. Franklin desperately trying to get the puck out on the far side. And they clear it out. It's going to be another icing. 9:05 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. Draw is going to be to the left of Butters once more. Won by Franklin. Brody Marchie sends it around the near boards, held in at the left point. Carter Morrison starts moving towards the slot, takes a shot, turned away by Butters. 3 shots on goal for Hendersonville. Oh, and a big hit at the inboards. It's going to be a penalty against Franklin. Brody Marchie with a big hit on Christian Dickens. He's going to go to the box for it. He's dropped his stick and gone back to the bench. But he'll be the one going to the box. Here's Landon Croft, left wing side of the Franklin zone. The shot turned away, rebound, score! Ty Ellis. Croft with a shot that Butters stopped at his right-hand post, but he left the left-hand side of the net wide open, and Ty Ellis was waiting there to bang in the rebound. And it's 1-0 Hendersonville with 8:28 to go in the first. And that will cancel out the penalty. Not sure what they were going to call against Marchie. I wonder if they'll post it in the game sheet. Puck in the left wing corner of the Hendersonville zone. Tried to clear it out, held into the left point, and a shot from Quinn Spencer. I think it was turned away by Justin Smith. I'm not sure. They haven't put it up on the board. Yes, okay. Well, they credit him with 2. I think the scorekeeper pushed the button a little too hard there. I think it was only 1 shot. And the puck drifts back into the Hendersonville zone, touched up offside by Braden Coleman because Hank Hayes had yet to exit the zone. 7:50 to go in the first. 1-0 Hendersonville. Brody Marchie would have been called for elbowing if Hendersonville hadn't scored. Draw on the dot in front of the Hendersonville bench. It's in the Hendersonville zone. Carter Morrison looked like he may have been hooked by Will Clark, but none of the officials noticed. Tried to get the puck out of the zone, held in by Franklin. It's out on the near boards. Shane Morton Cox backhanding it up top of the right circle. A shot from, I think it may have been Makita Popov, was blocked. Now the puck back in the Franklin zone. Admirals with it. They bring it out. Quinn Spencer racing into the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. A shot may have gone off the skates of Dom Harpole and went over the net. Puck held in at the left point. A shot blocked there. Clearing attempt. Held in right at the blue line by Makita Popov. Carter Morrison carries it out. He'll bring it, dump it into the Franklin zone. To the inboards behind the net. Now back the other way come Franklin. Puck gonna be backhanded pass. Oh, it's an icing. Makita Popov was just behind the red line. going down the near boards, and he backhanded it into the Hendersonville zone, and it went past the net to the right of Smith, Justin Smith. So icing called, 6:34 to go in the first, 1-0 Hendersonville still. Draw is going to be to the right of Butters. It's one by Hendersonville, put in front for Gideon Drobnik. And I think he missed the net. He was right in front. Or he whiffed on it, one of the two. He should have at least put it on goal. Here's Landon Croft with a shot from the high slot, kicked away by Butters with a right leg pad. Franklin trying to clear the puck out, held in at the right point by Colin Smith. Shot blocked. And it actually ended up deflecting towards the net, and it was stopped and covered up by Butters. 5:48 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Hendersonville. Draw is to the left of Butters. Hendersonville won the draw, but Franklin forced the puck out to center. And Colin Smith looked like he was being held by Hank Hayes, but the officials let it go. Puck back in the Franklin zone. And the Admirals are going to bring it out. And here's Hank Hayes, left wing side of the Hendersonville zone. He's in front of backhander, stopped by Smith. A terrific stop by Smith. Smith sticking out the glove to make the save on Hayes. Slid across the crease and stuck out the glove. Now the puck's back in the Franklin zone, and they'll bring it out again, but they turn it over to Colin Smith at center. Dump back into the Franklin zone. Backhanded around the boards to the near side. Held in by Christian Dickens, but it's taken away and brought to center. Brody Marchie dumps it into the Hendersonville zone. Sent around the boards to the near side. Will McCormick carrying it down the wall. Cutting through the left circle. Around the back of the net. Battling with Christian Dickens, goes into the left wing corner. Dickens with a puck now, and Dickens up, had it poked away. He manages to get it back and clear it out. And it is icing called against Hendersonville. 4:05 left in the first. The Commandos up 1-0. Draws to the right of Smith. One by Franklin. Passed out to the right point. Brody Marchie holding. Taking a shot. Blocked in front. Blocked in traffic. Now the puck sliding up the near side back into the Franklin zone. Quinn Spencer gets to it. And he stops behind his own net. And try to stretch pass. Oh, and they wave off icing. Try to stretch pass to Ryan Mannion. Now Mannion comes out in front of shot off of Smith's left shoulder and over the net. I was about to say, here's a shot in the left point, gloved and held on to by Smith. That shot coming from Spencer. I was about to say a stretch pass up the far side or down the far side to Smith, Mannion, who was at the Hendersonville blue line. They waved off icing for it, and that's what gave him that chance right in front just then. 3:22 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Hendersonville. Draw to the right of Justin Smith. One by Hendersonville. They bank it off the inboards. Will Clark gets to it. Puck passed up to the right point. Here's a shot from David Unger. Misses the net to the right of Justin Smith. Caden Cisco trying to clear the puck out. And it's actually knocked down by Quinn Spencer. And Cisco gets back to it. Carries it through center into the Franklin zone. Gets off a shot I'm not sure if it was blocked or if Butters got a piece of it. Puck passed out to the slot. Here's Landon Croft moving over to the right circle, and his shot turned away by Butters with a blocker. Puck in the left wing corner. Puck sent around the wall to the far side, held into the right point by Colin Smith. He sends it back into the right wing corner. Now Makita Popov brings it to center on the near side. Franklin making a couple of changes. Hendersonville making one. And Popov lost the puck going towards the Hendersonville goal line. Puck held in at the left point by Quinn Spencer as Hendersonville tried to clear, but it's taken back and cleared out by Croft. Spencer at center as Hendersonville finished the line change. Brings it back into the Hendersonville zone right up against the right wing boards. Goes up to the blue line. Passes down the wall off the stick of Cole Wright. Back to the end boards. Carter Morrison whips it around to the far side. Now here's Hank Hayes. Going in front of backhander score. Hank Hayes through the bottom of the left circle. In front, backhands it underneath. Smith into the back of the net. And Franklin finally cashed in on a quality chance, and they've tied the game at 1 with 96 seconds to go in the first. He went all the way across the front of the net before he took that backhander too. Puck in the Hendersonville zone again. Braden Rose ahead to Merrick Mott. Now Brian Wilkinson out at center on the near side. And he'll bring it back into the Franklin zone on the left wing. Tried to shoot it, was blocked. And the puck brought back to center by the Admirals. It's back in the Hendersonville zone, brought out by Carter Morrison. Last minute of the first, Morrison. Left wing side of the Franklin zone, shot past the net. And we get a whistle at center. Was some type of infraction. Puck's going to be dropped to the right of Justin Smith. 36.5 seconds to go in the first game, tied at 1. So must have been a high stick or a hand pass called against Hendersonville. My eyesight of the official who called it was blocked, so I couldn't see what they were signaling. Here's Landon Croft trying to move to the Franklin net, lost the puck. And the Admirals have it out at center. Oh, and Wyatt Garisher with a big hit on Wyatt Franks. Puck brought back into the Franklin zone, taken back by Quinn Spencer. He'll clear it out. That's back in the Hendersonville zone. Cleared out by the Admirals. Caden Cisco sends it back into the Franklin zone, and that's going to be it for the first. Ty Ellis and Hank Hayes were the goals in this first period. And Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson and Franklin are tied at 1 after 1 in this Predators Cup elimination game. Ready to start the second period of this one. Justin Smith still in goal for Hendersonville. Grayson Butters still in goal for Franklin for the second period. Hendersonville will carry the puck towards me. Franklin will carry it away from me. Hendersonville win the draw to start the second. And backhand it into the Franklin zone. David Unger sitting it around the boards to the far side. It's intercepted. Here's a one-timer from the slot, and that misses the net to the left of Butters. That was Caden Cisco cranking up the trigger, or pulling the trigger. Should be squeezing the trigger. Puck behind the net, Brody Marchie sending it over to the far side, Will McCormick. And Ryan Mannion brings it out to center. Mannion hands it off. Now the puck's in the Hendersonville zone, but it's taken out by Landon Croft. Brought back into the Franklin zone. Lost the puck and went past the net. Croft tried to put it out in front. There's a backhander from Cisco with his back to the net. Stopped by Butters with a left leg pad. Now the puck ends up back in the Hendersonville zone. Here's a shot for Ryan Mannion. Stopped and covered up by Smith. That puck suddenly slid the other way, and Mannion broke free from the pack and had a chance, but Justin Smith snuffed it out. And that's the first stoppage of the second after 58 seconds of play. 13:02 to go in the middle frame, and it's 1-1. Draw is going to be to the right of Smith. Draw one by Hendersonville. Puck sent back into the Franklin zone. It's in the left wing corner. Now here's Makita Popoff carrying it into the Hendersonville zone, trying to go to the slot. Puck got away from him on the right wing side. And Brian Wilkinson taking a hit. Well, he was down on his knees in a puck battle on the boards, and there's going to be a penalty. And it's a roughing call. And it's going to be against Will Clark. Hendersonville will get the first power play of the game. They were going to get one. No, wait. No correction. Braden Rose is in as well. I think it's roughing against both, so no power play for Hendersonville still. They were going to get one early in the first, but then Ty Ellis scored and canceled that out. Braden Rose and Will Clark were both called for roughing. 12:30 to go in the second, game tied at 1. Franklin with the puck deep in their own zone. Quinn Spencer passing ahead to Alex Broy off his stick into the Hendersonville zone. Hendersonville bring it out. Here's Landon Croft. Dropping it back in the Franklin zone. Up, and then Caden Cisco had the stick knocked out of his hands. Up, there's going to be a hooking call. He had the stick knocked out of his hand on a drive-by by Makita Popov. Or is it Popov? Who's going in the box for Franklin? Whoever it is slow to go there. It's Aiden Murphy. So now Hendersonville get the first power play of the game with the game tied at 1. 12:02 to go in the second. Draws to the left of Butters. And they're waiting on the penalty time to be put up on the board. It's there now. And the draw is won by Franklin, and they immediately clear it down ice. Puck to the end boards. Picked up by the Commandos. Colin Smith, left wing side of the Franklin zone. Try to put it in front, and it's stuck on the back of the net. Knocked off by Gideon Drobnik, so play continues. Held into the blue line. Carter Morrison, a shot from the high slot. Kicked away by Butters with a right leg pad. And now the puck sliding through center back towards the Hendersonville zone. Tracked down by Morrison. Passed over to the far side. Landon Croft now handed off. Gideon Drobnik inside the Franklin zone. Falls down to his knees. Colin Smith takes a hit in the right wing corner from Quinn Spencer. I'm sorry, it was Caden Cisco. Smith is not, no, he's out on the ice at the blue line. Here's a shot in the right circle, and Croft stopped and held on to by Butters. 1 minute left in the power play, 11:01 to go in the second. The game is tied at 1. Draw is going to be to Butters left. One by Hendersonville. Landon Croft shot in the right circle, misses the net. To the right of Butters. Shot from the left wing boards, and Wyatt Franks turned away by Butters. Puck passed out to the right point. Now pass down the right wing side. There's a one-timer in the slot from Croft. It was blocked immediately. Admirals trying to clear it out, held into the right point. Colin Smith moving towards the middle of the ice, taking a shot, stopped and held on to by Butters. .23 seconds left in the power play, 10:25 to go in the second. Game still tied at 1. Draw is going to be to Butters left. One by Hendersonville. Carter Morrison left point. Tried to pass it back to Colin Smith. Missed him, went off the near boards and out. Smith with it at center. Trying to race around the world to bring it back into the Franklin zone. And it was sent back in, but offside by Landon Croft. Cisco and Mott were over the blue line. Just 4 seconds left in the power play for Hendersonville. Draws on the dot in front of the Hendersonville bench. Won by the Commandos. Penalty time against Franklin is up. They're back at even strength. Merrick Mott, sent it to the front of the net. Went off the stick of Landon Croft. I know it came towards the front of the net. Butters did knock it away. Ryan Mannion with a puck out at center. Backhanding it back into the Hendersonville zone. And we get a whistle. And I guess an icing call against Franklin, since that puck was backhanded from behind the red line. 9:41 to go in the second, still 1-1. Draw is going to be to Butters right. Franklin with a puck. Aiden Murphy out at center. Sending it into the Franklin zone, into the Hendersonville zone. And now with it at center is Christian Dickens. He dumps it into the Franklin zone. It's behind the net. Wyatt Franks at the right point. Passing it down to the inboards. Here is Quinn Spencer. Now on the far wall. Puck held in at the right point by Christian Dickens. Franklin come up with it in clear. Stumped right back into the Franklin zone from center by Ty Ellis, who has the only Hendersonville goal so far. And here's Braden Rose with a shot from the slot off his stick and past the net to the right of Butters. Then he backhands the rebound off the bottom bar on the right-hand side of the net. Outside of the right-hand side of the net. Puck behind the net again as another shot went wide, this time to the left of Butters. Shane Morton Cox clears the puck out. Puck back in the Franklin zone. Passed ahead. Cole Wright, actually, he deflects it into the Hendersonville zone. It's deep. Now it's at the inboards again. Passed over left circle, shot. Turned away. It's turned away by Justin Smith, who, that's the first shot he's had to turn away since that Ryan Mannion chance early on in the period. Hendersonville bring the puck out. It's back in the Franklin zone on the right wing side. Shot from Brian Wilkinson. Went across the front of the net from just above the top of the right circle. Here's Quinn Spencer. Passing it ahead to Makita Popov. Now it's back in the Franklin zone on the right wing side. Popov again clears it out. And it is dumped back into the Franklin zone. And the Admirals, oh, yep, they did. It just went over the blue line and was brought back in offside by Caden Cisco, who had a couple of teammates still in the zone. 6:54 to go in the first. Game still tied at 1. Drawing the dot in front of the bleachers across from the Hendersonville bench. Commandos with it. It's in the Franklin zone on the left wing side. David Unger clearing it out. Battle for the puck right at the Franklin bench, actually in front of the Franklin penalty box. Commandos come out with it. And here's Gideon Drobnik in the right circle of the Franklin zone. Goes out to the boards and falls over. Tries to keep control of the puck on his knees. It's cleared out by Braden Coleman. David Unger whipping it around to the far side. Held into the left point. Colin Smith. Smith a shot. It was a line drive that came down right off the right leg pad of Butters. Drobnik passing it out to the blue line. And Carter Morrison trying to move down the slot. Puck got away from him. It comes to the right circle, and Cisco gets off a shot that looked to me like hit off the outside of the bottom bar on the left-hand side of the net, but they put it up on the board as a shot. Cisco trying to backhand it out in front, and a soft little one-timer from Landon Croft, stopped and covered up by Butters, who got over in time to his right-hand post. 5:28 to go in the second. The game is still tied at 1. Draw is going to be to Butters' right. Draw one by Hendersonville. Shot from Wyatt Franks. Blocked and goes all the way down the ice into the Hendersonville zone. Carter Morrison races down and catches up. Sends the puck back into the Franklin zone. Cleared out by Eden Murphy. Wyatt Garrisher fires it back the other way. Puck back in the Franklin zone again. Will McCormick back into the Hendersonville zone. Tried to drop it back on the left wing side to Quinn Spencer. It was stolen and cleared out. Puck at center. Oh, and there's a hit at center on Will McCormick. It's drawn a penalty. He got tripped. I don't see who went in the box for Hendersonville because my view of them was blocked. So Franklin getting their first power play of the game. Okay, it's Merrick Mott in the box for Hendersonville. Franklin getting their first power play of the game. 4:32 to go in the second. Game tied at 1. Draw to the right of Justin Smith. Won by the Admirals. Puck passed out to the left point. Aiden Murphy. Pass over. Quinn Spencer. One-timer blocked. Puck comes back to him, and he fires it past the net to the left of Smith. Now it comes back to him at the right point this time. Trying to spin away from Landon Croft, work it down the wall, passes it off. That's back out at the blue line. Comes back to Spencer at the right point, passes back down the right wing side. Puck comes back to Ryan Mannion, shot, score! Ryan Mannion from the right circle took a shot. Looked like it may have gone off the right arm of Smith into the back of the net. Franklin convert the power play and take their first lead of the game. The Admirals are up 2-1 with 3:57 to go in the second period. Draw one by Hendersonville. They bring it into the Franklin zone. Gideon Drobnik behind the net. Trying to put it out in front. He hit it off the side netting, I think. Now he's got the puck in the right circle, twisting around, taking a shot, blocked by the skates or shins of Quinn Spencer. Here's a shot in the blue line. Put out in front, score! Shot from the blue line was stopped by Butters. Was Colin Smith who took it. The rebound came to Landon Croft standing at the right-hand side of the net. He passed it over to the left-hand side of the net. I think it was Caden Cisco who knocked it in to tie the game up at 2. So just 27 seconds after Franklin go ahead, Hendersonville tie things up. Okay, it's Gideon Drobnik who had the goal. I thought it was Cisco. I thought I saw a 28, not a 23. Puck in the Hendersonville zone. Commandos get it out. David Unger dumps it back into the Hendersonville zone from center. Here's Carter Morrison. Back into the Franklin zone on the right wing side. Around the back of the net, trying to wrap around. Stopped and covered up at the right-hand side of the net by Butters. .244 to go in the second. The game is tied at 2. Draws to Butters' right. One by Hendersonville. Colin Smith backhands it to the end boards. Here's Wyatt Garisher. Ahead to Will McCormick. McCormick carried it to center. Puck taken away. Here's Braden Rose, left wing side of the Franklin zone. Goes to the front of the net. A shot turned away by Butters. Right to the right-hand side of it. Will McCormick. Knocked down by Rose. Big hit by Rose. Here's Ryan Mannion through center. Back into the Hendersonville zone. Trying to pass the slot and Baker McCormick. That's intercepted and brought back out by Hendersonville. And Garisher takes it back at center up, and we've got, Will McCormick tangled up with Braden Rose. And that's why they blew the whistles, and I think they're going to get coincidentals out of this. Looks like it. Yep, they're both going to go to the box. So exactly 2 minutes to go in the second, game tied at 2. Let's see what these penalties are. Draw is going to be to Butters' left. It'll stay 5-on-5. Roughing the call against Rose. Draw one by Franklin. Puck cleared out on the far side. Landon Croft brings it back into the right wing side. Try to center it. That was blocked. Now puck in front, a shot stopped by Butters. Cisco, the puck came right to him. A point-blank save by Butters. Now there's Ryan Mannion back the other way. And he took a bump from Wyatt Franks. One of the referees has his arm in the air. So Wyatt Franks is going to go to the box. Will McCormick also called for roughing. But now Franklin are going to be on the power play. Franks to the box. What for? I didn't see a signal. So 85 seconds left in the second. Franklin back to the power play. Game tied at 2. Draw was to the left of Justin Smith. Hooking is the call against Franks. And we get another whistle in the right wing corner. I think the puck may have touched the netting above the glass. Off a Hendersonville stick, so they'll drop it to the left of Smith again. Draw one by Franklin. Quinn Spencer shot in the right point off of Smith and into the netting above the glass. Either went off of Smith or off a Hendersonville stick. They drop it to the left of Smith again. One by the Admirals once more. Spencer, right point, shot blocked by the stick of Cisco. Last minute of the second. And the puck cleared down ice by Admirals. It comes on goal. Butters having to turn it away. Hands it off to Aiden Murphy. Puck back in the Hendersonville zone. 30 seconds left in the second period. Now a minute left in the power play for Franklin. Puck back in their zone, picked up by Murphy again. Passed ahead to Garisher, Wyatt Garisher. Brings it back into the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. Backhands it towards the front of the net. It missed the net to the left of Justin Smith. And now Hendersonville coming through center. And a shot from Gideon Drobnik blocked inside the Franklin zone. Puck in the left wing corner. That's going to be it for the second period. Ryan Mannion put Franklin ahead on the power play, but then just 27 seconds later, it was Gideon Drobnik tying things up. And so Hendersonville and Franklin are tied at 2 after 2 in this Predators Cup elimination game. Ready to start the third period. Grayson Butters still in goal for Franklin. Justin Smith still in goal for Hendersonville for this second period. For this third period. Franklin will carry the puck towards me. Hendersonville will carry it away from me. Franklin starting this third period with 35 seconds of power play time carrying over. If we're still tied at the end of this third period, we go to a 5-minute 3-on-3 sudden death overtime, and if that doesn't solve it, a shootout. Puck in the Hendersonville zone up against the boards on the far side. Colin Smith with it. And he'll carry it to center. Puck put in front of the Franklin net by Colin Smith. Nobody there. And now back the other way come the Admirals. Gideon Drobnik knocking down Makita Popov right at the Hendersonville blue line. Penalty time against the Commandos is up, and they're back at even strength. And here is Shane Morton-Cox bringing the puck back into the Hendersonville zone. It was smacked away from him, though. However, it's going to be a roughing call. There's going to be a roughing call against Hendersonville, particularly. Looks like, is it Colin Smith? Yeah, it is a roughing call against Colin Smith. So 13:09 to go in regulation. Franklin back to the power play. Game tied at 2. Draw is going to be to Smith's left. Draw one by Hendersonville. Puck sent around the boards to the far side, held it at the left point and passed across. Quinn Spencer backhands it into the right wing corner. Ryan Mannion now in the right wing corner. Going around the back of the net. Backhanding it up the far side. And Wyatt Franks comes up with it, tries to clear it out, and it did go over the blue line and was knocked back in by Ryan Mannion and touched up by Cole Wright. So offside the call. And where are they going to drop the puck? They're going to drop it in front of the Hendersonville bench. That's the right way to do it. 12:41 to go in regulation. Game is still tied at 2. One by Franklin. Here is Quinn Spencer, right wing side of the Hendersonville zone. A shot turned away by Smith. It's a hard shot, too. Puck sliding through center. Up the near boards. Oh, and a big hit on Gideon Drobnik by Aiden Murphy. And then a shot at the other end turned away by Butters. Minute left in the power play for Franklin. Wyatt Garrisher at center. Backhanding the puck over to Aiden Murphy. Got bumped off it. Carter Morrison with it now. Morrison ahead to Caden Cisco. Cisco maneuvers around Quinn Spencer, but he lost the puck. Now the puck over on the far side, sent there by Merrick Mott, brought back into the left wing side by Wyatt Garrisher. Dropped back to the blue line. There's a one-timer. Got deflected on its way to the net. Still to be stopped by Smith with the right leg pad, and then Ryan Mannion shot the rebound past the net to Smith's right. There are now 20 seconds left in the power play for Franklin. Shot from the left point misses the net. Mannion to the slot, a shot, score! Ryan Mannion carries the puck to the slot, actually from the right edge of the slot, takes a shot that goes through the 5-hole on Smith into the back of the net. Franklin convert the power play with just 5 seconds left on it and go back up 3-2 with 11:14 to go in regulation. Draw one by Hendersonville. They dump it into the Franklin zone. Puck comes around the boards. Cleared out by the Admirals. It's back in the Hendersonville zone. Caught up to by Dom Harpole. He banks it off the boards to the near side. And here's Hayden Cisco. Back into the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Around the back of the net. Tried to put it out in front for Landon Croft. And the puck went past Croft, who had already gone to the front of the net. Angle of the pass wasn't great. Puck cleared out by Franklin, and it's touched up by Hendersonville. They played it with a high stick. So they're going to drop the puck to the left of Smith. 10:36 to go in regulation. 3-2 Franklin. Draw to the right of Smith. Not to his left. One by Hendersonville. Puck behind the net. Merrick Mott. Passing it up the near side. Cleared out by Franklin. Now here's Hank Hayes. Puck got away from him inside the Hendersonville zone. Still comes on goal, and it'll be stopped and covered up by Smith. Draw's going to be to Smith's left. Draw one by Hendersonville. Wyatt Franks fires it down ice for an icing. 10:05 to go in regulation. Still 3-2 Franklin. Hendersonville clearing the puck out of the zone. Now it's back in the Commando end, immediately cleared out by Merrick Mott. Caught up to inside the Franklin zone by Eden Murphy. And the puck brought to center by Murphy. He got bumped, lost it. Franklin able to clear it, dump it into the Hendersonville zone, but there was an offside warning that Franklin never heeded, and the puck is touched up on the far boards. So the offside whistle triggered, and it's an intentional offside. So the draw is going to be to the left of Butters. 9:24 to go in regulation. Still 3-2 Franklin. Draw to the left of Butters. Already said that. Held in at the right point by Carter Morrison. Dumped down low. David Unger. Behind his own net. Handing it off. Puck back in the Hendersonville zone in the left wing corner. Now here's Landon Croft out at center. Into the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Taking a shot. Stopped by Butters, who pulling the rebound and cover. Move to the middle of the ice inside the Franklin zone out high to take that shot. 8:45 to go in regulation. It is still 3-2 Franklin. One by Franklin, flipped towards the front of the net. And it comes on goal, stopped and covered up by Smith. It was Wyatt Garisher flipping it, trying to see if Ryan Mannion could catch up to it and maybe extend the lead and get his hat trick. Not to be on that occasion. Draw is going to be to Smith's left. Sorry, his right. One by Hendersonville, and they clear it out. It's an icing. Now it's going to be to his left. Draw one by Hendersonville. Dom Harpole passing it around to the far side. Ty Ellis up. Lost the puck for a moment to Hank Hayes. Now here's Carter Morrison carrying it out to center. Dumps it down the left wing boards of the Franklin zone. Picked up by the Admirals. And cleared out. Here's Hank Hayes, right wing side of the Hendersonville zone, taking a shot off the right shoulder of Smith. Morrison emerging from behind his own net. Out to center. Morrison drops it back. Tyella's shot inside the Franklin zone. Stopped and held on to by Butters. 7:31 to go in regulation. Still 3-2, Franklin. Draw is going to be to Butters left. Franklin come up with it and clear it out. And no icing because Caden Smith could have played it right at his own blue line and whiffed on it. Now back the other way come Franklin. Here's Hank Hayes in front. Puck got away from him right when he was trying to get off a shot. Will McCormick behind the net. Out to the left wing side. Got space, a shot stopped by Smith, and they blew the whistle when he was going to cover up the rebound. Official lost sight of the puck. They thought he was going to cover up the rebound. And took away a chance for Franklin to score. 6:49 to go in regulation. Still 3-2 Admirals. Draw is going to be to Smith's left. Won by the Commandos. Tom Harpole sending it out to the far side, still inside the Hendersonville zone. Brought out to center by Landon Croft. And now back the other way, come Franklin. Shot from Braden Coleman off the skates of Carter Morrison. Falling down was Coleman in the left wing corner. Tried to put it out in front, intercepted and carried out by Caden Cisco. Now here is Landon Croft, right wing side of the Franklin zone. His shot blocked. Puck out on the far side of the Franklin zone. They're trying to get it out. They do. It's out at center, but dropped back to Harpole by Christian Dickens. He beat Will Clark to the puck, and now back the other way comes David Unger, but he runs into Dom Harpole, and they got tied up. Shot from an odd angle, and Chase Wagers had to be blockered away by Smith. Now the puck comes to the left-hand side of the net, and Smith has it stopped and covered. 5:39 to go in regulation, still 3-2 Franklin. Draw one by the Admirals. It's to the left of Smith. Taken back by, it was won by the Admirals, but taken back by the Commandos and cleared out. Now here's Braden Rose inside the Franklin zone. Sent the puck past the net, held in at the right point by Caden Smith, but his shot is blocked. And now here comes Ryan Mannion, left wing side of the Hendersonville zone. Pass to the slot way, Garrison, a backhander, stopped and held on to by Smith. Got over to his left-hand post to make the save. .507 to go in regulation. Still 3-2 Franklin. Draws to Smith's left. One by the Commandos. Puck sent around the boards to the left point. Held in by, I think it's Cole Wright. No, it's Aiden Murphy. Wright is out there, but he's a forward. Puck back in the Franklin end. Admirals bring it out. Here's Hank Hayes. Correction, Ryan Mannion. Back in the Hendersonville zone in front of backhander. Stopped by Smith. Another chance at that hat trick, but Smith makes the save on it. Merrick Mott brings the puck out of the zone. Mott into the Hendersonville zone, Franklin zone, and it poked away as he was trying to go down the slot. Puck is cleared out. Now Ryan Mannion with a steal. Back in the Hendersonville zone. Could not get around Landon Croft going down the left circle. Croft clears it out. Quinn Spencer brings it out of the Admirals zone. He's out at center, lost the puck. Now here's Mannion, left wing side. Shot in the left circle, misses the net. To the left of Smith. Here's Dom Harpole. Pass intercepted at center by Mannion. Puck sent back into the Hendersonville zone. Morrison with it. He'll bring it right out. Shot from the left circle inside the Franklin zone, and Landon Croft stopped by Butters, and the rebound cleared out. Here's Dom Harpole. Passing over to the near side, and Cisco. Admirals trying to take the puck back at center, and they do. Hank Hayes brings it back into the Hendersonville zone. Pass cross in front. McKenna Popoff. Stopped by Smith, or did somebody come in and poke it away? I'm not sure. But Smith was maneuvering, twisting around in the crease, and it looked like Popoff was going to put it in. But he had it poked off his stick right when he got there. Here is Merrick Mott driving it back. Landon Croft, shot in the left wing, misses the net. To the left of Butters inside the Franklin zone. Puck out in front of the Franklin net. Will McCormick trying to clear. Passes ahead, carried out. Hank Hayes. Hayes back in the Hendersonville zone. Taking a shot. Stopped by Smith. Hayes gets to the rebound. Comes back out to the left wing side from behind the net. Backhands it up to the blue line. Shot from Baker McCormick. Off a stick and over the net. Caden Smith banks it off the near boards. Out to center. And Will McCormick takes it back, and then he gets hit by Braden Rose as soon as he crosses the Hendersonville blue line. Puck cleared out. Oh, and Rose with another big hit on McCormick. And that's going to be a penalty. Was Colin Smith serving a 2-and-2? Oh, wait. Roughing the call against Rose. Was Smith serving a 2-and-10? Yeah, he was hit with a 2-and-10 for roughing earlier in the period. .158 to go in regulation. Still 3-2 Franklin. So Franklin, unless they also whistled McCormick, will go back to the power play. Is McCormick in the box? Looks like it. Yep, they're both off for roughing. For the second time in this game, they're both off for roughing. So minute 58 to go. It'll stay 5-on-5. Minute 58 left in regulation. Still 3-2 Franklin. Draw is going to be on the dot in front of the Hendersonville bench. Won by the Commandos, Carter Morrison. Passing it up the near side to Brian Wilkinson. So the only way that McCormick and Rose will come out of the box is if the game goes to overtime. And then the first whistle is a non-scoring play. As we get a whistle in the right wing corner of the Hendersonville zone. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty against Franklin. And it's Murphy going off. Aiden Murphy to the box for hooking. So now Hendersonville will be on the power play. Minute 42 to go in regulation. They trail 3-2. And Steven Sullivan is calling timeout. So the puck is going to be dropped inside the Franklin zone, and that means that the Hendersonville net is likely going to be empty. No. They're going to leave Smith out there. I'm surprised by that. I guess they think it's a little too early since they're only down one. Draw to the left of Butters. One by the Commandos. Colin Smith moving along the blue line, taking a shot. It's blocked. Merrick Mott keeps it at the blue line, sends it down low. Franklin trying to clear it out. Here's Smith again at the right point. Puck taken away. Here's Ryan Mannion into the Hendersonville zone. But Smith comes in and pokes the puck away. Great back checking by Colin Smith. Here is Carter Morrison. Now they're bringing Justin Smith to the bench for the extra attacker. The net is empty for Hendersonville. 66 seconds to go. 1 minute left in regulation. Colin Smith shot from the left point. Turned away by Butters. Off the leg pad. All right, leg pad, I think. Passed out to the blue line. Smith again, a shot. Stopped and held onto by Butters. It was through traffic, but he saw it. 66 seconds left of the power play. 48 seconds exactly to go in regulation. Still 3-2 Franklin. Draw is going to be to the right of Butters. Puck sent around the boards to the far side. Held in Merrick Mott at the right point. Tried to send it towards the front of the net. It was blocked by a Franklin stick. And now it's dribbling down ice. It's going to go past the Hendersonville net. Under a minute left in the power play for the Commandos. And now 30 seconds left in regulation. Merrick Mott brings the puck back into the Franklin zone. Tries to go to the front of the net. Odd angle shot was turned away. Franklin clear it out. 30 seconds left in the power play for Hendersonville, but now just 10 seconds left in the game. Shot from Landon Croft goes over the net. Shot from Caden Cisco turned away by Butters. And time runs out, and Franklin are still playing hockey as they beat Hendersonville 3-2. And on Wednesday night, they will be playing, next Wednesday night, they'll be playing either Ainsworth or Summit to try and keep their season going. All right, so the goal scorers in this one for Hendersonville, Ty Ellis and Gideon Drobnik. And that was the last goal of Drobnik's GNASH career, since he is a graduating senior. No, he's a junior. He's coming back next year. Jeez. Sorry, I pulled the trigger on that one. He's coming back next year. He's only a junior. Sorry about that. Ty Ellis is only a sophomore. They'll both be back. So just disregard what I said there. The goals for Franklin, 2 goals for Ryan Mannion, including the game winner, Hank Hayes at the other. And player of the game is going to be split between Ryan Mannion for his 2 goals, including the game winner, and Grayson Butters for his work in net. They say he faced 30 shots. Oh, that's about right. 28 saves on 30 shots. So Ryan Mannion and Grayson Butters are our co-players of the game as Franklin win this one 3-2. And they'll still be playing GNASH hockey next week, next Wednesday. So the seniors, the departing seniors for Hendersonville, Carter Morrison is going to be a big loss on defense. Colin Smith is a big loss on offense. Dom Harpole, the one Merrill High player still on the team. Let me just check and make sure. Let me pull up the Hendersonville Facebook page real quick. Hendersonville Hockey Facebook page. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Make sure I'm not leaving anybody out. Because they had their senior night just last week, a week ago, Monday, against Rutherford. Caden Smith. Okay, I have him listed as a junior. He was a senior. So Caden Smith, also a departing senior for the Commandos. And then they also celebrated one of their JV players who never played at the varsity level. I wonder if he was one of the ones that was listed on the varsity roster but didn't play. Austin Towns. Yeah, he must be on the JV roster because he's listed as 33, but on the varsity roster, Wyatt Franks is number 33. But still, that's those are some big losses. Morrison, Colin Smith, Dom Harpole, but they still got a lot of talent coming back next year. Landon Croft should be back. Merrick Mott, Gideon Drobnik, Caden Sisko. So yeah, I think Hendersonville aren't going to fall apart. They're not going to go into rebuild mode because they won't have Carter Morrison, Colin Smith, and Dom Harpole. But there'll still be big holes to fill. All right, so let's go over the playoff schedule for next week. On Monday, 5 games on Monday. The Predators Cup winners bracket semifinals, 6:15. Both of them are on Rink A at Centennial. 6:15, Summit Page taking on Ainsworth Nolensville Lipscomb. Then at 8 p.m., MBA taking on Ravenwood. We're going to do both those games on Monday. 6:10 pregame for a 6:15 face-off between Summit and Ensworth, and then a 7:55 pregame for an 8 o'clock face-off between MBA and Ravenwood. Also on Monday, the first Hine Cup winners bracket semi at 8:45 here on the North Ring. 8:30 on the Terry Crisp Ring in Bellevue. Centennial FRA taking on Station Camp Liberty Creek. And the first 2 elimination games of the Hine Cup will also be held 7:40 on Rink B at Centennial. Montgomery County Rangers taking on Brentwood. And here on the North Ring in Antioch at 8:45, it'll be Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill taking on Independence BAUS in Nashville Christian. Next Wednesday, 3 games, all of them over at Centennial. The other Hine Cup winners bracket semifinal will be played between Father Ryan and the Rutherford Rampage, 7:10 on Rink A at Centennial. We'll have that one for you, 7:05 pregame. And then the Preds Cup losers bracket quarterfinals will be played on next Wednesday as well. 8:30 on Rink B at Centennial. Franklin taking on the Summit Ensworth loser, and 8:30 on Rink B. Franklin taking on the Summit Ensworth loser, and 8:40 on Rink A. The Outlaws, the 8 seed, taking on the MBA Ravenwood loser, and we'll have that game for you as well. 8:35 pregame for an 8:40 face-off. And so, that's it. That is week 1 of the 2025 GNASH postseason in the books. 14 teams still playing GNASH hockey in 2024-25. By this time next week, there will be 10 teams left. 4 teams will be out of the Preds Cup. 2 teams will be out of the Hine Cup. And then play will resume Wednesday, December 19th. Preds Cup winners bracket final that night. And then the next night, the Hine Cup winners bracket final. First Preds Cup championship game is scheduled for February 26th at 8:40 on Rink A at Centennial. First Hine Cup championship game is scheduled 3 weeks from tonight here on the North Ring in Antioch, 7:10 p.m. on February 27th. Both, if necessary, games have been scheduled for March 3rd. 5:30 on Rink A at Centennial for the Hine Cup if necessary. 8:30 on the Terry Crisp Ring in Bellevue for the Preds Cup if necessary. Our final score tonight, Franklin 3, Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson 2. The Admirals are still playing GNASH hockey in 2024-25, but now they got to turn around and face either Summit or Ensworth, and they lost to both those teams in the regular season. Summit beat them pretty good last month, 6-1. They'll be hoping that it's Ensworth because they only lost 3-0 to them back in November. I'm Michael Hackney. Thank you all so much for listening. Have a great weekend. Talk to you Monday night from Centennial as we kick off week 2 of the 2025 GNASH postseason. Good night from Antioch.